Out wide this time to Brown, who gets forward for about 7 yards, and they're across the 50 down to the 45 of the Bearcats on the plus side of the field. 7-0 Bearcats leading the Richlands Blue Tornado. 4:14 to go on a running first quarter clock in week 11 here of the regular season. Trips to the right side for Moore and this Richlands offense. And a high snap goes over Moore's head, and he'll have to go and take a loss all the way back at the 36-yard line. Lost about 12 there on the fumbled snap, and that's going to bring up a third down and about 22 once they get it all measured up.
Again, this field is super saturated. We've had rain here all day long. It's a case of the ball being super slick right there. Referee was able to take a towel and try to dry it up a little bit for him. But, yeah, big loss. Brings up a third, and we'll call it from the first base line of Boyce Cox Field for a first down.
Long way here for Moore and the Blue Tornado. 3:25 on the clock. They put a man in motion. Another high snap. Brown takes the handoff, and a big pop issued there by Joseph Kennedy coming in as Watkins had him wrapped up. He only got about 6 on the carry. It'll bring up fourth down and about 15, maybe 16.
All right, we wondered, Austin Davidson back tonight. We'd had some trouble returning punts out of Stevie, and we wondered if he would try to return one with a cast on his hand. Well, guess what? He's going to put his heels on the 20-yard line and get ready to return this punt.
So Austin will be the return man here for the Bearcats. And you have to wonder how you go about trying to catch a football with a cast on one hand. We're about to see if it can be done. The punt is up, and it is a good one. Inside the 20, Davidson decides better of it and takes a Richlands bounce inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. That's one of those where people are yelling why, but maybe you are a little better off than trying to field it and maybe hoping it'll take a different bounce, but a very favorable Richlands bounce. It kicks another 15 yards down the field, and the Bearcats will be backed up inside, make that inside the 10-yard line down to about the 7-yard line to start this drive.
Well, he had really only he'd already backpedaled about 10 yards. So even if he fields it, he's going to have to field it backing up. Probably not that 15, bad of a move. Yeah. So Cats will take over this third possession of the game all the way down through 6 at their own 6-yard line.
4 or 3 wide in this set. They'll hand off Rose up the middle. He finds a little bit of room to run, and that's all he needs. He plows forward over about 3 defenders on his way for a 9-yard gain. It wasn't an easy 9, but, hey, Aaron trying to show up here senior night.
Logan Still, the defender for Richlands, hit him right at the line of scrimmage, and he just carried him on his front side down for the 9-yard pickup to bring up a 2nd and 1. Good hard running for Aaron Rose.
Something we've become accustomed to over the last 2 years with Bearcat Radio. They'll fake the handoff to Rose this time, a tricky little play, and give it to Thomas, but Thomas is dropped for a loss of about a yard. They'll bring up a third down and 3. Bearcats from their own 14-yard line. They'll go 3 wide in this set as they look to the sideline for a play call.
Rose 15 yards on the ground so far tonight.
And that by far is longest. The previous run there on first down, the 9-yard gain. Third down and 3. Rose playing as the up back here as Thomas takes the pitch outside, but running straight through the block of Rose and getting the tackle is Sean Toney, the senior. He just fought through Rose and got into the backfield and dropped Stevie for a loss of 2, and the Bearcat punt team back out on the field. This game feels a lot like last year's game. 12-7 was our final score last year. Defenses showed out a year ago in a game where Richlands had to win to make the playoffs. And they did, and they went on to almost knock off a Union team the next week. This one, a punt hits at the 50, takes a Richlands bounce up past the 40 as it's returnable. He gets out of bounds, though, does Taylor Horn at around the 41-yard line. So they're in plus field position for the third time today are the Blue Tornado, but still nothing to show for it.
Fans, you've cut back on everything from lattes to lunches, but if you're still coming up short at the end of the month, try this. Give State Farm agent Barbara Williams in Bristol a call for a free discount double check. She'll show you how something as simple as combining car and home policies could save you hundreds of dollars a year. because being there to help keep more of your money in your pocket is why State Farm agent Barbara Williams is here. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Moore and the offense back on the field for the Richlands Blue Tornado. 4 wide receivers in this set. They get pressure on him that time. The throw's nearly picked off. It hung up in the air. Intended for Sage Webb. Hit off his shoulder pad and was up there. There was 3 defenders in the area. Gobble, Ratcliffe, Geisler.
And all three of
Kennedy, that is.
And all 3 of our down linemen, they just came in on a jailbreak blitz that time. And quarterback for Richlands didn't have any choice but to rush it.
Moore coming off a great night at quarterback last week. He went 8 for 9 passing for 2 TDs against Lebanon a week ago. A big win for 52-8 over Lebanon last week. And they go a little screen on the inside. Bearcats trying to strip it. As it looked like Delaney there had him trying to rip the ball out. It's a gain of just a yard on the play. The pass was on the inside, a little tunnel screen for, I believe, Jacob Cole made the catch there, but only a gain of a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 9 from the Virginia High 40-yard line for Richlands.
All right, let's see if the Cat defense can hold tight here, get the ball back.
Go with a tight formation here with 4 wide receivers. Running out route off the back of that and getting near the sticks. I believe he might have gotten it, is Taylor Horn, the senior. He reached out at the last moment. I think that reach may have gave him the first down. They marked it at the 29, which is right at the sticks.
They're going to give it the old eyeball test, but I believe they're going to give him the first down.
Of course, we've got the end of the quarter regardless, but they will discuss this.
Now they're going to measure it here. Once they can get the players out of the way, they'll take a measurement. So that'll delay switching sides of the field here at the quarter change for a little bit. But we get to the end of the first quarter, and your Cats have a 7-0 lead in what's been a pretty entertaining ball game so far through the first 12 minutes.
Yeah, we've seen it defense all the way around in tonight's ball game. As you know, the Bearcats getting the stop down in the red zone. In case you're just tuning in, 7-0. Going back to baseball, we mentioned it. As they'll get the first down by about half a pigskin length.
Kevin Corbett called it over here. He said first down now. The officials are pointing both directions as they're confused which way we're going as we've hit the end of the quarter. So they got to take the chains all the way back, and then they'll have to flip them to the other side of the field.
We have a check presentation down on the field. Mr. Harper down there along with Principal Collins for Virginia High. But, Travis, what are some initial takeaways here from this first quarter action?
Well, I tell you, in that very first drive by Richlands, I thought, oh, no, here we go again. Because, for 4 straight plays, whatever it was, they could do no wrong. They were picking up yardage in chunks. And then luckily got the big turnover there. Cats bring it all the way back. Take advantage of the opportunity. They drive it down the field, get in the red zone. And it was an old no moment. Can we punch it in? Sure enough, we do. No problems. Touchdown 7-0. And like I say, these teams so far seem fairly evenly matched, and it shows up on the scoreboard right now, just a 1-score difference. But a big first down pickup there by Richlands. Cats had a chance to force them into a decision of they would probably have went for it on 4th down, I would have thought, kind of in no man's land there. But we're ready to get the second quarter rolling.
Richlands working right to left on offense here as they go screen pass inside, dropped. Tried to come back to it, but a little bit low. Should have been caught by Taylor Horn, the reliable senior, but did not make the play there. Tanner Horn, that is.
Cats did a good job. There was a lot of traffic over there on that side of the field. Nobody necessarily got a hand on the ball or anything, but
Taylor,
just hard for the receiver to see the quarterback and vice versa.
It's Taylor Horn. I wrote it wrong, so be aware of that, Travis. It's been a long week. 2nd down and 10. Moore takes the snap from the shotgun, throws out wide, and right there to get the screen is Johnny Delaney all over it. A loss of about 5 on the play. Nice play there by Delaney.
Yeah, big stick there by Delaney to bring up the loss of yardage, 3rd down, and call it almost 16 now.
Delaney, another freshman, starting to settle into his role. 3rd down and long for Richlands. 11:29 to go on the second quarter clock as we've had a express game to this point. Only 27 minutes since we kicked this thing off. 4 wide for Richlands. Moore drops back, throws underneath, a little short pass. Kennedy there to make the initial wrap-up, then a swarm of Bearcats there to close down on it. after a short gain of about 2.
4th down from their own 35-yard line.
Or from the Virginia High 35.
From the Virginia High 35-yard line. So kind of a,
of course, they've got the kicker.
Questionable thing what you're going to do here. It's like they're going to punt it maybe.
Yeah, Levi Forrest, they're going to try a field goal.
Oh, they're going to try to kick this.
His long this year.
It'll be a 52-yarder.
He's made from 42, we know. In warm-ups, I would venture to guess he could hit this. But from the left hash, trying to get Richlands on the board is Forrest. 52-yard field goal attempt on the way, and it's going to be short and to the right. Didn't get enough of that one. Still a lot of leg. Just missed to the right, pushed it 7-0, and the Bearcat defense gets another stop. That's 4 times now Richlands has gotten across the 50 into plus territory and came away with 0 points.
Race Marr, he's pretty good on his completion percentage tonight. He's 5 out of 6 so far, but only 16 yards to show for it. A lot of those little dunk passes in which the Cats have been able to wrap up the receiver right at the line of scrimmage, or in some cases even behind it. Fans never miss a moment of the waning 2018 season. Tune in every week for Virginia High football on Bearcat Radio. Coverage begins 30 minutes before kickoff at www.spreaker.com/Bearcat Radio. Go Cats.
Plus, we got basketball coming up. It'll be here sooner rather than later as Rose takes the first handoff from the 20, and it looks like they run him down right at around the 20-yard line. No gain there as he tried to get out to the right side. Virginia High working left to right.
Hayden Whited was right there just to meet him as soon as the ball was handed off the Rose and just rode him all the way to the near sideline until he took him down.
So 2nd down and 10 coming.
Jamie, one little screen pass by Jamie, the only pass we've seen so far by the Cats.
Well, we didn't throw it a whole lot last week. Jamie just 2 for 6 in the last game for 22 yards. That was against Marion. Pitch, go screen inside to Bazell. And he works outside the sideline to the 30, 35, 40. Stiff arm around the 45 and gets up to the 49. Big play on first down, or big play there on 2nd down. A great design that they take the pitch to the other side and then swing it out wide. This is some unique play content that they've really realized the strength of this team.
Yeah, and Bazell, that's kind of an outside-in pattern. He run back and finally opens to get himself back to the sideline to pick up extra yardage. Big pickup for the Cats. Yeah, I like this offense. He's gone from being very vanilla, like we hit. That's only the 2nd pass Lathrop has thrown, but he's 2 for 2 now for 75 yards on the night.
1st down and 10 from their own 49-yard line.
Kevin Corbett quick with our stat board over there. We appreciate his hard work.
Thomas gets out to the outside, has some room, reaches the sideline. He's still up at the 40. He's plastered around the 37-yard line. Another 1st down run. He got about 14 on that carry.
The highlight is what you said there earlier in the drive. Rose is your man up the middle, but if you want speed to the outside, they hand it to Stevie Thomas. He gets all the way out to the edge and turns on the afterburners, picks up another Virginia High 1st down. 1st and 10 Cats down at the Richlands 37-yard line.
So Bearcats in plus territory. They've been the opposite. They've only been down here once so far, and they've got a touchdown to show as Rose lowers his shoulder, gets across to the 35, a 3-yard gain. That's impressive for the Bearcat defense. We've seen them grow as a unit. It's been bend but don't break, but they've gotten to where now they can become almost a scoring asset for this team.
And while we don't want to take anything away from the seniors here on senior night, we're losing 13 of them. We're wondering what the future is going to look like going forward. We're seeing some of these freshmen really come into their own too.
2nd down and 7, and you're right on about that. These younger guys making plays here in Week 11. Lathrop's got a man wide open down the middle, overthrew Bradley by a step, or he had 6.
Wow, and he had about 5 yards on the guy covering him. He had just blown right past the guy defending him, and it was open down the middle of the field. At least it's overthrown, though, instead of underthrown where it could have possibly been picked off. So, good decision by Jamie. Don't blame him for taking that shot.
7-0 Cats leading. 9:15 to go here in the first half between the Cats and the Richlands Blue Tornado. And you're listening to exclusive coverage here on the Bearcat Radio Network. He had a man open there. Now 3rd down and 7. There's a high snap. They'll hand off right side.